West trying to revive the unipolar model, as you can see linked up on Mark13News.com for December 15th, 2022, but it's really the Kenites on the unipolar end of the globalist spectrum who are for the most part in control of the left-right paradigm symbolized by Ammon and Moab, which basically means Stalinism and Trotskyism. The multipolarist Kenites are the ones in control of Edom, which means red, with the Russian Federation being the current king of the north, according to the Daniel 11 hypothesis on biblicalresearchlabs.com, as the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy continues to formulate, as you can see in some of the articles linked up this past week on Mark13News.com. For example, Iran, now Russia's biggest military backer, which was linked up on December 10th, Armenia, which is most likely Togarmah, and Iran, which is Persia, in Ezekiel 38, combined forces against Azerbaijan, and that was linked up on the 11th of December, and finally on December 13th, Algeria joins Turkey, which is most likely Gomer, in Libyan crisis, and it's at the woe of the fifth trumpet, the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy will become the bear of Daniel chapter 7 when the so-called New World Order comes into being, having 7 heads, which are symbolic of the 7 continents of the planet Earth, and 10 horns, which are symbolic of 10 fallen angel kings, cast to earth along with Satan at the woe of the fifth trumpet. Daniel's 4th beast is exclusively supernatural, and it also includes the rest of Satan's angels who get cast to earth at the woe of the 5th trumpet when the Gnawer stage begins, followed by the Swarmer stage, and then the Devourer, and then after the deadly wound at the woe of the 6th trumpet, those 4 angels bound in the great river Euphrates will be released, which is when Satan will appear as the false Christ in Jerusalem, when his image, along with the images of his fallen angel locust army and the consumer stage thereof, get transmitted throughout the globe on the screens of all the smartphones, computers, and televisions, which is even what the Greek words translated as fire, jacinth, and brimstone in Revelation chapter 9 verse 17 are referring to, because fire there means of fire, which in this case means electricity. Jacinth means deep blue, as in the blue light of the screens their images will appear on at that time, and sulfur-like is what this word translated as brimstone means, as you can see in the Greek dictionary of the Strong's Concordance. Sulfur being only one element away from silicon, which is what the modern-day technology is made from, that Satan and his fallen angel locust army will use to transmit their images across the earth, killing most Christians spiritually at that time, because that's when most Christians will begin worshiping Satan instead of Christ, which is what Antichrist means. But that same technology is how what the Holy Spirit will say through those who get delivered up during that time will be heard throughout the globe, bringing many out of the confusion, which is what Babylon means, and back into the many-membered body of the true Christ, who doesn't return at all until the woe of the 7th trumpet, immediately after the final 2.5 months or 70 evenings of the 5-month-long hour of temptation. Those 70 evenings being what the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of.